One of the biggest questions that I get asked from new homeschoolers is, what math curriculum do I use? And that is such an important question, but also can be easily overwhelming for a lot of people. So come join me today while I break down what math curriculum we use in our homeschool. I'm a regular homeschool mom myself. I did not grow up going to homeschool. Much of what I know is through trial and error and my own experience as a homeschool mom. So if it does feel overwhelming, just be patient with yourself and your kid. You will get there. This learning mindset is a process and it takes time. Even myself, I'm constantly adapting to new things I'm learning with my kids. So even now, 5 years in, I don't have all the answers. This is just my experience. So take what works, leave what doesn't, or feel free to offer your experience in the comments for other homeschoolers who are looking for resources. But if you are looking for a place to start, in today's video, I'll go over what math curriculum we use, how we use it, and some homeschool mindsets that have helped us along the way. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, what curriculum do we use? I use the same curriculum for my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old, and I'll likely use it for my youngest too as she starts practicing math down the road. But we use Dimensions Math. It's also known as Singapore Math. For parents, they provide really good instructions that help you support the lesson for your child, and there's a lot of extra opportunities to learn outside of the actual math lesson. Within the lessons, they offer opportunities for more challenging questions if your child is really understanding the concept, or even opportunities to dial it back if your child needs to take some time, maybe an extra day, maybe they're working on the concept a little bit more. So I do like that within each lesson there is a variety depending on what your child needs at that time. Lastly, it doesn't teach through rote memorization. It really takes the time to break down the concepts of math. Why did we arrive at this answer, right? The correct answer is not important so much as how we got there. And I think this is a really useful skill as math becomes more complicated down the line. Okay, let's talk about cost. For a full set for the year, depending on the grade level, it's going to be anywhere between $130 to $160. For grade 3 and 4, which my kids are at right now, it's $152 for the full year. And here's what it comes with. So a full set is going to come with a textbook, workbook, test, teacher's guide, and also a supplemental pages that I just put in a binder for them. And there's going to be 2 sets, set A and set B. And for the whole year, for both of those sets, it's $152. Now, right now, this math curriculum is paid through our homeschool funds. And if you have more questions on that, let me know in the comments. But even if these weren't covered by our homeschool funds, this is still a very reasonable math curriculum that I would choose for our family. Now I want to talk about how we do math, because I think the strategy of how you approach math can really affect the success of your lessons. For us, math takes the most mental capacity, and for me personally, it takes the most patience. So we like to get it done first thing in the day. Before all the distractions, before all of our emotional breakdowns, we get math done. Our math lessons take about 45 minutes per kid. This is the longer part of our day because I can't blend their lessons together. Because they're at different levels in math, I keep their lessons separate, which is not always the case for other parts of our day. Another thing is I alternate their lessons. So in one day, one kid is getting the lesson and the other kid is having their math practice. I do this because I feel like it takes the mental load off of myself, so I don't feel overwhelmed with 2 math lessons in a day. My brain doesn't feel so split, and that way I'm able to show up more patient when I'm teaching them their lessons. Another reminder that I try to tell myself often is that if I'm getting angry or impatient, that is my sign to take a step away from the lesson. I can't be a good teacher if I'm getting frustrated, and it doesn't help their learning process. I also like to remind myself that it is okay if they don't understand a concept yet. They are not behind. That's literally the learning process, is knowing something new, knowing something challenging. So if I hammer them each time they're getting something wrong, they're less likely to want to engage in that learning on their own, and that's not what I want for them. So take an extra day on a lesson they don't understand, or if there's frustration, step away entirely and come back when you guys are both clear-headed and have worked through those emotions. Also, don't be afraid to try a new curriculum if the one you're on isn't clicking. Our family has switched curriculums multiple times until we found which one worked for us, and what works for our family might not work for yours. I've also had parents where one child has one curriculum and the other child has another curriculum. And that's totally fair. You want to choose the curriculum that is most useful to your child. And that's the benefit of homeschooling, is being able to switch and change and adapt based off of the needs of your child. That's the gist of our math curriculum. If you have any additional questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if this content is useful for you, be sure to subscribe.